Previously on Odyssey of the Dragonlords. The party reached Astoria, a city in crisis. Sidon, the Lord of Storms, has forced a situation which requires King Pythor to sacrifice his beloved daughter Honora. Unable to do this, the god has been drinking himself into a stupor for days, sacrificing cattle in a vain attempt to solve the issue. You all met with one of Sidon's commanders, Gaius, who in the end happily accepted you all being used as sacrifice instead of Honora. You have 3 days till the sacrifice. Okay guys, so you guys are still at the palace. You had that meeting with Commander Gaius probably an hour or so ago. Probably you've been offered rooms and rest in the palace for the evening, but it's really down to this is the first kind of sort of moment where you guys have had some time to actually start thinking. Kira is with you guys as you're sort of going over what happened in that sort of meeting and what you need to plan for. But she basically says to you, okay, so yeah, well then we've got a lot to do. We've got to figure out what we're going to do. We've got 3 days to come up with a plan here. I'm really hoping there is some thoughts amongst you all as to how we solve this issue. We can also, obviously we can talk with Pythor and Honora and all the people like that. We have things to do in town as well that we can try and deal with as well while we're here. But yeah, the bigger issue is are you guys really gonna go and sacrifice yourselves on that rock, as in sort of like just let them chain you up and let whatever happens.
That's what we said, ma'am.
Well, she says, okay, well, I'm sure we can come up with something a bit more. Yeah, we need to be a bit more. I was
hoping for a more elaborate plan.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe we should go and look at the place we're supposed to get sacrificed.
That's a really good idea. I think that we'll definitely do that first thing in the morning.
Is it the place with the cow, where the cows are?
The cows were being taken down, were being sacrificed near there. Yes, because that's what. Well, now we understand that's what Pythor has been doing. It is the same place. Pythor has been sacrificing them instead of sending Honora, which I can't blame him for on that one. But
in which case, if we go and meet, who's the lady? Who's my sister? Honora, Queen Honora, yeah. She basically, I wouldn't say this in front of your father, but she basically runs things here, really. I mean, your father was never really one for governing anything. Apart from creating more children. He was very good at that, but barring that and battle, governing was never his thing. But Honora was kind of the one he's been training to take over the... to do this speak stuff. To Honora and see if she knows that we're going to do what we're going to do, and then maybe she can help us.
She's pretty smart, so she may have some ideas as well. I wouldn't put it past her. She's not... no offense, Modius, she's not quite like your father. She's got a few more brain cells going on.
Well, yeah, he's quite old now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But even in his prime, he was more the brawn than the brains, if that makes sense.
What do you think, guys?
Yeah,
yes.
Go and speak to her. Any help we can get is needed.
No problem. Yeah, we can definitely...
Maybe we do a little bit of before our sacrifice, maybe it does happen. Maybe we venture around town and try and find some, maybe new weapons.
Maybe. I mean, there's definitely...
Maybe we can make some money, or...
There's also you've been told that your grandfather or my dad Vulcan is in town at his little shop. We could go see him at some point. We've got 3 days, so we have got time for these things. On that one, I mean, he's busy, but he would make time. I'm sure he would make time. She sort of gets a little bit awkward as she's sort of like talking about him as this is going on. She also says that. We also need to, if I'm right, the Horn of Balmetria is in the dragon shrine in town. That's that's where that's been kept for the last few hundred years. So we could go and collect that because that's one of the things you need to do for your quests. We can just go and grab that, and that's an easy win. That's a job done on that one. She says.
Guys, we go there first. Or is the Queen here?
Well, we're in the palace. I mean, we're going to have to. I think we should rest tonight anyway, and then start our.
Let's go see the Queen and rest tonight, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the palace. They're going to give us rooms. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be comfy.
Yeah.
Well, I would advise we go and see the Queen as soon as possible.
Yes.
Fair enough. That is probably the easiest one to do. Kira says, "Give me a few moments, and I'll see if we can get an audience." So yeah, Kira disappears off into the halls, speaks with the guards for a while. She starts getting a little bit irate with some of them. Anyone who's listening in from outside can make a perception check.
He's got good perception.
I'll give it a shot if that's.
I don't know if mine's any good.
15. Yeah. So you do pick up with a 15, which is pretty good. She's basically saying she's where, and then and she says Pythor locked her in the dungeons so she wouldn't go off and get herself sacrificed. She's basically saying, for Christ's sake, go get her and bring her up from the dungeons. So there's a whole sort of like, what the hell is Pythor doing moment that Kira's just like face palming herself as but clearly for her protection, Pythor has decided she needed to go in the dungeon as this is going on.
Get her out of it.
We may have a small situation.
But basically Kira comes back into the room and says,
don't look happy.
She's not overly happy at the moment on that one. She says, they will bring her up in a few minutes. Yes. Apparently Pythor has been a little bit overzealous, shall we say? She says.
Does he often do this?
She says he's not the brightest one of the bunch, he probably just force works for him in that respect. A few minutes pass, and then a woman is brought to the table, to your rooms where you guys are staying. She is brought in, not looking worse for wear in any way, shape, or form. Very regal looking as she comes in. The guards seem to be in proper reverence as she walks in, and she walks over and she takes a bow for a moment, and she says, "Chosen ones, I apparently have been summoned."
What is this? As a sister?
Looks nothing like you in any way, shape, or form.
So your father is my father.
She says, I did hear that one of the chosen were one of my father's children. Yes, I am also one of his. And she says,
well, you definitely got the looks that I did not get.
She smiles at that and says, fair enough. But yes, I would technically be your half sister. Yes, and I have heard of you. I heard one of my father's children had his great strength. And he was a Minotaur. It is a pleasure to meet you. Modius, was it?
Mode's fine.
It's kind of that awkward thing that she's not offish, but it's like it's one of those things of it's a very unusual situation. It's not an impossibility in Greek culture. No, there's open marriages are everywhere in Greek mythology, if that makes sense. But it's different worlds kind of thing. But there is there's not an unpleasantness to her as she's sort of taking you in, if that makes sense. It's kind of like trying to understand, like an acceptance, if that makes sense. And
I'm intrigued. How did you end up in the dungeon there?
My father is does not wish me to fulfill what needs to be done for my city.
Yeah, he's a bit overprotective, isn't he?
Right.
Yes, overly protective to the point of he would doom us all.
Oh.
She is very not pleased. She's very not pleased with him.
Well,
so you were contained in the dungeon for your own personal safety. Would that make
That's
sense?
the way my father would put it. Yes, and he's not wrong. I'm completely accepting that this would have to be done.
You would
Sidon
be
has
happy
to
to
be
sacrifice
appeased.
yourself.
No, but I understand that it has to be done. Sidon has to be appeased, and therefore I would save my city no matter what.
In the long term, would you suspect that would save your city, or would you expect that this would not last? This peace?
It would buy some time.
What?
So your life for a small amount of time.
Yes, I would have paid it for allowing you all to do what the Oracle has suggested is possible.
So
I would buy the time with my life for you to be able to achieve your goals and defeat them permanently. So yes.
What about if there is another way?
I'm listening. If there is, my father offered none. Therefore, I had come consoled myself to no other option. But what have the oracles chosen?
Well, I have been thinking about this for some time, and I do have a plan in mind that maybe I can run through with you all.
I'm listening. We're all listening. Kira's like, definitely.
Well, we could pop down to the town there and find somebody who looks very, very similar to yourself.
Mm.
We will take them. Perhaps we will tell them a small lie in order for them to come with us, you know. Maybe that they'll be paid well, and upon returning, we shall dress them as you.
I see. It's not a bad idea in some forms, but I have to explain a few things.
No.
What if I get it wrong?
Sidon will know that the sacrifice has not been appeased in the right ways. You cannot cheat a god in those forms.
Yeah, you won't feel the awakening.
The other problem is that they have what is called true sight. They will know what is actually on the rock is not what it's supposed to be, and it would undoubtedly fail. I am sorry, but yes, a ruse in that form would not work with the gods, I'm afraid.
You mind me asking, sis, what are the things that are supposed to be coming to get again?
I imagine it will be, she says, I imagine it will be Commander Gaius's men that will be used. You've seen, believe you have met with him already, Commander Gaius?
You mentioned the monster of some
Oh, yes. Pleasant chap.
The
Very
monsters.
talkative.
Yes.
monsters.
The basilisks live down the river. They have caves, probably a mile out of town. They will be hungry, and they will eventually come at night and feast on whatever is placed on the rock.
Do that, Cal. Basilisks. Have you fought one of them before?
What happens if we
recall.
don't do the sacrifice?
Then the centaur army around the city will attack, and Sidon will continue the drought, killing everyone here.
What would happen if we found a way to kill the basilisk?
Tell me more, Brother Heliod.
Honora says, that's not bad.
What about if we killed them at their nest site? Perhaps a small unit would move up there and remove them.
It's like a 100-foot
Then afterwards you would go to the sacrificial rock. You would stay there for the evening. Nothing would come, and the Lord of Storms and Gaius would have to accept. Would have to accept that the price had been paid correctly. You had been there for the entire. She starts to smile a little bit. She says, "It's a dangerous plan, but it definitely has merit." This is very. She seems very pleased with that idea, in that she thinks it's very dangerous, but she also thinks that would possibly work quite well.
I mean, essentially, what these basilisks are looking for is food. Perhaps if we provided them with enough food, that might secure the evening.
Poison the food.
What difference does it make whether we take the basilisks on in their nest or on the rocks?
The difference would be you would be armed.
We have 3 days.
When you're on the rock, you'll have no armor, weapons, and you will be chained to the rock.
Oh, right.
So you mean maybe we go down there before?
Yes.
You have 3. There are 3 days.
We have 3 days in order to travel,
Could we
destroy
not
the nest, and return.
With some poison in it. What poison is basilisk?
Yeah, what is the weakness of a basilisk?
I mean, they will be they will eat anything. They are ravenous. That is definitely true. I'm not sure poison would work against a basilisk. They are very
with one of his cows. Lace it with arsenic.
Maybe. I'm not sure whether it would disable. They are powerful creatures. I'm not sure whether it would kill them or just disable them. I don't know.
I'm not familiar with this basilisk you talk of.
They are a creature that even with a look can turn people to stone. They are very dangerous.
Holy guacamole.
Wonderful.
We need a mirror then.
You certainly can. Mirrors are a thing that you can use. It makes it. You can be look at.
Petrifies us.
Yes.
I very much doubt that we can reflect their power back to themselves. Otherwise, they would be paralyzing each other constantly.
Correct, but what I think before, it's more about you might be able to use it as a viewing, so you can attacking things blind is a very dangerous thing.
If we poison them, then maybe we can then kill them in their sleep.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're delirious enough to not be able to see us properly.
Okay, I suggest that we sleep on the information that we currently have. In the morning, we go and discuss our upgraded weapons. And try to gather more information on basilisks before heading up there and removing them.
I think that seems reasonable. You must keep things quiet. If anyone catches on that this is what you're attempting, especially any of Gaius's men, the jig is up, as they say. But your plan definitely. Nora says your plan definitely has merit. This is the strongest thing I've heard yet.
Have you any more information about basilisks? Do you know of anybody who's ever killed a basilisk before, and do you know how they did it?
I believe my father Pythor has killed them before, but that would have been through pure brute strength. Give me some time. We will meet tomorrow. There is a reasonable library here, and I know my way around it fairly well. I will get the guards to allow me to look things up on basilisks. Give me some time on that. And like you said, you do have 3 days.
I'm going to retire and smoke some of my drugs and think about stuff we're going to do about these basilisks.
I think I will join you.
I'll just sleep here.
Fair enough, no worries. But you guys do go off and rest for the evening. So yes, you will be able to do your long rest thing and figure things out. And that will transition us to dream sequence time. So bear with me for 2 seconds as Silas, when you're sleeping that night, we have to change the scene to something a little different.
Should we actually do a long rest?
Yes, you are. You are literally doing a long rest at this point.
Okay.
Silas.
Are we all having the same dream?
No, you're just here. You're seeing what Silas. This is only in Silas's head, so it's so you don't have to look at. Look at. You're not looking at a black screen for the for the entire thing. It would be a tad unfair. Silas, you are flying on the back of a copper dragon across the skies. Nearby flies a second dragon with the man that has recently crowned you one of the dragon lords. This is bear with me.
Damn, these drugs are good.
This guy, Esther Arklander. He is second in command of the of the dragon lords, and he placed that crown upon your head hours before, and has been basically taking you out for a flying lesson for the last few hours, where you've been learning how to control and fly with your dragon and learn the gracefulness of it. And he basically has taken you through like the equivalent of basic flight training, and he says this will hold you in good stead for the battles ahead. You must learn that she will know what to do and fly with her willing. Learn to trust her, and she will in turn trust you. And I need you to roll me an animal handling check, Silas, to see how well you're learning to fly and pilot this dragon 500 years ago in the past.
Animal handling?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be in your skills set, in the skills section.
Oh, skills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, got it.
An 18. Even after these first few hours of flight training up here, it's become like a breeze. Like the link between the two of you through the crown has made this almost a perfect unison, and you two are going to work well over the time. You have sort of memories of being on the back of this dragon and fighting in a great war against the Gigans, where you and Esther flew ahead of the main battle group, literally almost the equivalent of like carpet bombing the enemy, breaking them into submission as this is going on. You followed his orders completely at every point and at every turn throughout the wars. You become greatly honoured in that time as this was going on. But there comes to a point where Esther and yourself are above what looks to be the encampments of the Gigans, like their homesteads, etc. And Esther turns to you across from his dragon and he says, "They have now surrendered. They are beaten at this point, but we must hammer it home that they must never face us once more. Follow me into the charge. I will, and we will take them all out." As he's literally dive bombing his dragon, which you can tell is not happy with what's going on, but he's literally diving down to carpet bomb what basically is a tribal settlement of Gigans, basically just like elders, families, that sort of thing. Yeah. He's literally doing that. In that moment, Silas, when you see Esther fully revealed like that, the man that you have let command you through everything in battle, what does Silas follow through in that moment as this quandary is placed in front of him? You know that eventually the Gigans will regain in power, they will breed, they will gain in strength, but is that enough to warrant what is happening in front of you now?
So I get the choice between what, stopping the attack or... No,
it's more of, it's going to happen, but you and your dragon could turn away, or you took part in this slaughter.
In this massacre.
Yes, yeah. But bearing in mind, this is what this guy did in the past, if that makes sense. So did he take part or not? He may have regrets for doing it. He may, it's all of that kind of thing. But what did he do back then is the question.
For God's sake.
Was he a loyal military man at that point, or was he? Could he see that this was not something he was going to take part in at that point? Renegade or Paragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a save point. You can't choose the different points.
I'm going to say that.
What does he choose?
Oh, it's a tough one.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about obviously what I already know about my character, what I chose.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know, what character I chose, and I'm trying to think based on that what I would do. That's
exactly it. Yeah, you just got to decide: was he moral or military, or was he follow orders no matter what guy, or was he where was he in that spectrum? That's all we're trying to figure out. It doesn't have bearing on what he is now. It's more of what happened then, and then it may have ramifications when you meet certain criteria. Yeah.
The
classic BioWare thing.
I'm going to slaughter the families.
Okay, fair enough. Following Esther down, knowing that eventually, Silas, that the Gigans would rebuild, and they breed at a faster rate than humans. They would be trouble in time. Maybe not liking what happens, but following through and literally burning everything down to a cinder. Women, children, everything murdered to the last one on this one. And this is where you remember, Silas, that after this event, that Esther's dragon and yours would never fight again. And they literally abandoned you after this event. But yeah, so this was your last flight on this dragon, was burning these villages as this went on. But yeah, that's how the dream ends there for that one, during the Gigan Wars back in the original time.
I was just following orders, man.
He was that guy. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the morning will come crashing around to you all. Silas, you sort of waking up, having these memories of what happened previously during the last wars. But some of it's coming back to you now more quickly than it did before. What was a blank is now starting to fill in slowly but surely. But yeah, you were one of the original dragonlords 500 years ago.
Fantastic.
And a bitch.
But yeah, morning comes, guys. You meet for breakfast. Modius, you find Pythor in the kitchens, and he apparently is feeding your little piglet scraps. He seems to be fairly enamored with your little piglet that you have.
He's cute, isn't he, Mocus?
Yeah, I don't know. I really like him. I think he's going to grow up to be something pretty big eventually.
Hope so. Big to me, I hope.
He's going to be he's going to be the boar of legend. I know it, aren't you, little one? There's this little thing squealing away. Pythor still looks like a mess. You realise he's probably not slept since you guys have with all this going on. But yeah, he's not as drunk as he was before. But he's certainly not in the best of states when you do see him. He says, "So you got some thoughts? Then you guys are heading out today. Good luck with whatever you're coming up with. I don't want to know exactly what you're thinking because
we'll go see grandfather.
Ah, yes. Well, that's not bad. Tell him I say hi, and tell him he still has a place here whenever he wants. Not that he uses it much. He does his own thing.
Okay. Do you want to keep hold of Mokus here, or if I take him with me?
He says, I don't... and yeah, he gets a little awkward there, Modius, but you get the sense that he's kind of liking it. Yeah. He doesn't want to ask, but you get that sense pretty obviously that he's actually quite liking this little thing.
Well, why don't you, can you look after him for a couple of days?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think that would be that much of a bother. No, I can do that for you. Yeah, I mean, he seems relatively pleased with that idea as this is all going on.
Here you go, Mokus. He's my father.
And he sort of he picks up the little piglet and sort of like swings it around a bit like very easily for this guy on all everything that's going on. But yeah, he seems happy with that as he starts wandering around, going off into the palace, that sort of thing. Kira comes back to you in the morning and sort of says, "Right, well, I think we can set off into the city and see how we're getting on. You want to go and see Vulcan first? Is that what you're thinking, or do you want anything else before we?
Do we want to go and get the was it the dragon?
The dragon. Oh, the Horn of Balmetria. Yes. We should go to the dragon shrine. The attendant Aesop should be there. So yeah, we can. We could go do that first. Yeah. I can lead the way. No problem. And yeah, she'll take you out of the palace. Easily done. And we'll take you out into Astoria itself. And wait for that to load.
Excellent.
No problem.
Are there any taverns or anything? Or
there is one large tavern. Kira says it's called the Dragon's Tooth. I can show you that later on if you want. That's definitely true. Yeah. There's the market area as well. Vulcan's Forge is just down that way. But first things first. Sorry, we'll take you the back way past the King's Palace. And she says, the Dragon Shrine is kept up here near the King's Palace, but yeah, she sort of leads you across to where this dragon shrine is as the guards get out of your way and lets you all move over in the right direction to the dragon shrine. Bear with me. Let's reveal the name. There we go. So yes, she takes you to the dragon shrine at the far end. You're outside the main doors of this. The shrine sits at the end of a quiet street that runs into the wall of the gorge itself. So it's like built into the stonework, into the rock itself, with a large copper dome that seems to be above it. The door bears a marble engraving of a legendary dragon, Balmetria. You guys sort of slowly but surely open the door and sort of see your way in. Basically, you can hear muttering of prayers, and there's a strong smell of that incense that Silas has been smoking. And you hear muttering going on as the priests, seem to be carrying out their daily rituals as this is going on. But it seems all very quiet as you sort of start to make your way into the building, if that makes sense. Kira sort of walks in as well, and she sort of looks around and says, "Hello? Anyone here? Hello?" It takes a few moments, but you hear rustling coming from behind this door, and eventually the door opens and this fellow steps out.
Hello there.
He sort of looks slightly elven. Lots of different tattoos all over him, and he sort of greets you all and says, "Hello there. My name is Aesop. My name is Aesop. I am the head priest here at the Dragon Shrine." And
hello.
He sort of nods at you all and says, "And what can I do for you?" And he's looking at you like slightly awkwardly, looking at Kira for a moment, and then looking at you guys back and forth a little bit as this is going on, and says, chosen ones, I'm assuming? And he sort of says, like, a little bit quizzically. You're trying to intimidate the guy, okay?
I think my feeling is that being a giant, that there may be some kind of... I mean, if a big Minotaur walked in my room...
Yeah, it certainly would be awkward.
I just wondered whether he would be intimidated rather than trying to intimidate. Does that still work? Or is that
well, yeah. No, are you trying to be forcing? I mean, he gets a minus to the number, but are you trying to make it like you're threatening? Is the question?
I approach him in a confident way. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he sort of he takes a couple of sort of steps back a little bit and says, "I'm sorry. What? Yes, sorry. Are you the? If the rumors are true, the chosen ones, the oracle's chosen ones."
Yes, that's correct.
He said, "I was expecting you. I thought you'd be along fairly shortly. Valus had sent me a message that you would be turning up soon. Heliod, you know that obviously Valus is one of the other gods, and that's the one that you know from Mitros." On that one, so she's kind of like paving the way, if that makes sense. She said you would be here to try and retrieve the Horn of Balmetria. But I have some bad news, I'm afraid.
What? Right.
2 days ago, this happened, and he sort of points over to this sort of statue over here on this side, and sort of says,
noticed this mess as we walked in.
Yeah, I didn't want to touch too much of what was going on here in case we disturbed too much of the evidence, but 2 days ago someone broke in here and stole the horn. I assumed they realized that you would be on your way fairly shortly and you would need it. I have unfortunately not had much luck in figuring out what's gone on, barring a few little details have caught my eye already.
What details would those be?
He says, the glass that was shattered is not an easy thing. Magic would have had to have been used to achieve that, so we know that much is something that is going on that one. Cal, when you perceive the area, you can pick up there are tiny little tracks of small feet, like goatling tracks or something like that, and they're stained with like little bits of like wine, red wine going on. Very odd, but yeah, you're seeing some of that around the space, and says
possibly a satire.
Aesop says, we thought maybe as much. We thought maybe Sidon's men had been brave enough, but then yes, we had noticed that there was definitely something to do with smaller creature folk, is the honest truth. We followed the footsteps and the patterns as far as we could outside of town, but we believe our best thoughts are that these may be people coming from the old woods.
The old
I could
woods.
smell wine.
Yes. Kira says that could be Demetria's people. Demetria runs her little group from out of the old woods. That's the one, Heliod, you were told about going to visit Demetria in the old woods for part of your quest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If she's been getting involved, then she must realise that that you guys would need what you need for this, and this is her way of getting back at you, Silas, I imagine. As she sort of turns around and has a look at it on that one.
Words. What's the who needs the horn? Which one of us is the?
You were told to that each of you would need to drink from the Horn of Balmetrium. So this is a group quest that you need to solve. It's not one of your personal ones, if that makes sense. So it's one of the main quest lines that you need to do. You have to do 3 great labours to achieve readiness for taking on the Titans.
Dragon horn.
Yeah, drinking from the bottomless dragon horn is one of
the
those
world
items.
Will end in fire and death. Take the 3 seeds. Shake the silver fires of the lost storm. Claim the weapons of the dragon lord. Drink from the bottomless dragon horn. It's just the schemes. If we foul the firewall
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down with.
That's right, yeah.
What kind of thief walks around with a glass of wine in their hand?
The goatlings are kind of...
I think we need to go to the local
chaotic.
tavern to find out some gossip. If they've seen this little munchkin.
Or should we go to
It
the
seems
forest?
to me as though we need to go to the old woods, but we need to do it fast.
She says, yeah, we could do that, but that would take too much time right now, I think. Yes, we need to...
for gossip, my friends.
Yeah, she says that would take us more than 3 days back and forth. But yes,
I
it's
see.
certainly... it's
we must
certainly
do it now!
I'm intrigued by these other items that sit on the plinths to the left and right.
That's good, you are they?
Yeah,
What are
Aesop, Modius,
I like this one.
This one was your. This was once your father's. Before he broke it in battle during the Great Wars. It hasn't functioned. Vulcan has not tried, or will not try.
Why?
Why not?
Magic items are extremely difficult to produce and manufacture, and without the Mithril Forge up and running, magic items of that kind of caliber have not been made in a long time.
Why is the Mithril Forge not running?
The Mithril Forge was taken over many years ago and was lost to the Dwarves. They have never forgiven that has happened, and Vulcan has never taken up steps to retake it back.
I see.
I do not know why. Kira sort of looks around like, trying to ignore the fact that she is a god at this point, because it's like everyone seems to not realise that she is one, including this guy. Doesn't realise that it's one of the 5 in the room. But yes, she, as this is all going on, then Heliod, obviously this looks very similar to like one of the temple back home where you worked and prayed, but just on a smaller scale, if that makes sense, with a couple of key kind of relics from back then.
Is this a wand?
No, it's a staff. It's not magical, but it was a relic of one of the dragonlords previously. He was a powerful man. He used it as one of his weaponry.
Silas, maybe you once knew the man that wielded this thing.
You don't know that he's a dragonlord yet.
Oops.
That's okay. I don't think he's actually told you that. But yeah,
I don't know. I just smoked some of my drugs and had a dream of flying a dragon.
That's true. That is true.
That is some messed up stuff.
Interesting stuff. Very
So Spock, could I take this axe?
It is one of the sacred relics, but if you must, but it's. Yeah, I don't think it's much use as a weapon, as is, I'm afraid.
Well, maybe we could head to Mithril one day and I can get it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he looks like...
Being one of the chosen ones. What do you think, Clone? Can we get the forge up and running?
You would need Vulcan's help for that, but yes, I think that's one of the things that you'll need to do. But
let's take it with us.
I may be just a common bard, but I think that what you're saying makes sense, she says, as this is all going on. Aesop says, you are the chosen ones. I will not stop you from taking the items.
Well, as the chosen ones, I'd like to take this and, we'll fix it.
Of course.
Yeah, this staff is coming with us as well, just in case.
So is there something on each of these pillars?
Yes, yeah. There's a decent looking staff. The middle one has nothing on it because that's where the horn would be. And Modius, there is the broken Axe of Pythor on that side.
That's the broken Axe of Pythor.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's what?
This one was the Staff of Telemark originally.
We're not sensing any kind of non-truths coming from this.
Oh,
guy.
You can make an insight check of him. Yeah.
Can he? Did I intimidate him or not?
You definitely did. Yeah, he's not comfortable around you. 100%.
To lie. Would he lie, do you think?
He's doing an insight to try and figure out. Cal, you're not sure. He's not easy to read. Silas, you don't think he's lying.
Sorry, I don't think he's lying about what, sorry?
About anything. You think he's been cowed by Modius's presence, but yeah, you don't think he's lying about any of the things he's been saying.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll take the staff of us and
the axe.
Well, who would use these weapons most effectively? Because I've got a short sword, obviously, haven't I?
This would split a skull in two.
Yes, I do believe that is
it would split
well
a skull
suited
into
to Modius's skills.
Is the answer, as it is. But yeah, it might one day do something. Yeah.
Maybe one day when we're passing, I can fix it.
So I'm a melee fighter, am I not?
You right? Are, yeah, but a staff is not really your thing. You're a sword. No. You're a sword guy. Cal or Heliod could use it more usefully.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I take the staff? When I pick up the staff, I'm just going to cast a spell of Identify on it.
Oh yeah, that takes time.
Does it?
But yeah, you
can
do it.
Already. You called it a staff or something.
Yeah, it was called the Staff of Telemark. Yeah.
I think it only it should only take about 1 minute to do.
Oh yes, no, sorry, because you can do it ritually, which takes you longer, or you can use a spell slot and it takes quicker. That's right.
A spell slot for it, yeah. And see what I can learn about the staff as I pick it up.
No problem. Yeah, you do, and you realise it's kind of like it's a staff of protection. It gives you basically, in mechanical terms, it gives you an extra AC +1 to your AC if you're wielding it, if that makes sense. So yeah, it has its uses, if that makes sense. Yeah.
It would probably be better for Cal then, I think, wouldn't it? Because Heliod's more of a mace and sword. Yeah, clerics are kind of like fighters, aren't they?
It's honestly up to you guys what you do. But now Heliod realizes what it is and what it does. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you two are the ones with the low AC on that one. On that front, Cal, yeah, you're more low on AC than he is. But that is true.
What's in here, Spock?
You can go in the doors if you want. It's not polite, but you could do it.
Oh, I just thought being chosen, we could.
You can do what you like. What would your character do?
Well, I'll go to the toilet, Spock. Is it in here?
You definitely open it up. It seems like there is sort of a bath pan and a sort of a facilities spot in there, if that makes sense, along with the kitchens. But yeah, it's nothing more than that as you're looking around.
What's the face?
Fair enough.
Cal, did you want to take this staff?
Yeah, certainly.
I think that might be useful.
That'll be most useful for me, actually. Thank you.
No problem. What I'll do, Cal, is I'll remember to put that on your sheet for next time. But just remember, for now, your AC is one more than it is, if that makes sense. For
Elliot, can you have a look at his axe? Is it broken or is it?
Oh, 100% it's broken. It's in two pieces.
Does it have any? I mean, like, does it have any?
The handle and the head just don't seem attached.
No, you know what I mean. Does it have any qualities about it, or is it magically broken?
Helio, do you know that if a magic item is in pieces, it no longer has any powers?
So if a magic item is broken, it is no longer magic.
But you also know that breaking magic items, you've never heard of anything able to do that. They're usually almost indestructible. So whatever happened must have been
something powerful.
Must have been very powerful to make that happen.
I'll chuck it in my bag anyway.
No
get out.
No worries.
Moving on.
Tavern. See what it's felt.
Heliod, Asop said, the Lady Valis sends you her goodwill and says when you do make it to Mitros, please visit the palace and meet with her, if that would be okay. Now she realised that one of her disciples is one of the chosen. And he sort of bows and nods towards you, Heliod, as he passes on that measure.
Thank you. I fully intend to. Thank you.
Yeah, Kira rolls her eyes like, oh God, what does my sister want? As this is all going on. Yes, you guys make your way back into the city. No problem. Easily done. Well, not so successful, but we can solve that. We'll have to deal with that after we deal with the more pressing matters, but we'll figure that one out.
Sorry, just fill me in a second. We went into that place to find one of the things that we were told to get.
The Horn of Balmetria. Yes, is the.
But we got there and
item.
it was taken.
It has been stolen 2 days before. Yes,
And
someone
then,
decided
instead,
that you guys shouldn't have it.
Like, go
but instead we ended up with a broken staff and
Yeah, you got secondary items. Yes, yeah.
and
My staff is not broken, Silas.
So my axe will be fixed one day.
Okay.
But yes, yeah. So you guys make your way out into the town. Do you want Kira?
Bar.
Yeah. Do you want Kira to lead you to Vulcan or to the bar?
Vulcan.
Guys, do you want to drink at lunch or do you want to go to the shop?
No, I believe we should go and visit this Vulcan and find ourselves some suitable equipment.
Empty stomach.
Yes,
Good.
I'm already struggling after the drugs last night.
It's
No
constantly
alcohol
struggling.
for me, please.
Did you have a bad night's sleep?
I had some very interesting dreams.
Yeah.
Wet or
Ugh.
Yeah, Kira's just laughing and giggling at all of that. She finds that
come on in,
hilarious.
Johnny Depp. Let's go to Vulcan's.
Fair enough. She takes you to Vulcan's Hall over here, so that is easily done on that one. And Kira sort of says, "I'll wait outside. I'll let you guys go in." And she sort of opens the door and lets you guys make your way into Vulcan's little shop.
You're not coming in, Kira?
I'll be fine. And she sort of like grounds her heel a little bit and sort of looks a little sheepish and awkwardly, and says, "I'll catch up with him later."
No, okay.
Sound a bit like a pirate, eh?
Near the centre of town is a large building with fortified stone walls and a shingle roof. A sign hangs from the building's heavy bronze banded door and it reads Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you are greeted by a dwarf. This guy, one second. I can get him to load, one sec. Oh, that's sad. I can't make him larger. Why is that going on?
Is he a dwarf of the thief variety?
No, he is a normal dwarf, but I'm going to make him much, much bigger so it's easier to see the thing on that one. Looks nothing like Kira. Looks nothing like Pythor. Looks a completely different race, and he seems to be hammering away on some things inside they're working on some bronze embers, bronze metalwork as he's hammering away at something, and he sort of he looks up and says, "Hello."
Hello.
Hello, come to see my grandfather.
Who? Who are you?
My name's Odessey.
Never heard the name. Should I?
Depends if my father told you about me.
Your father? Who's your father?
Pythor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You are one of my grandsons. Ah.
You're my grandfather. Oh, another one that's got my eyes.
And he sort of says like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know. I've met some of his children. You are very big. You look like you have his strength." He sort of laughs a little bit at that as this is going on. But what brings you to my humble little establishment?
Well, happy we're trying to find some new weapons to be able to maybe help our troubles, really. We're the chosen ones. Really.
You're one of my grandchildren is going to be one of the chosen. How interesting. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I just wonder if you could help tool us up in a more appropriate manner.
He looks around and says, well, I have a few things around here that may be of interest. If there is anything that I can help you with, that is certainly a thing. You look around, there are some reasonable looking weapons around the shop and different armors and bits, Modius, as you're looking around. He says, they're not as good as some of my older work, but they are not bad.
So, one question: if he's Pythor's father, is he godlike as well?
In theory, yes. If your brain's putting that together, but yeah, in theory, he should be a god.
And he's a weaponsmith.
And he seems to be a weaponsmith. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Papsies. So, you any good at fixing axes?
I am very good at that sort of thing.
Well, I've got an axe here. Can you fix it?
Oh, and you show him the parts?
Well, why not?
No problem. He says, oh, you have Pythor's axe. I see. He said he looks at it. He says, well, if anyone was going to fix it, it would be the person that built it.
Who built it?
Me. He sort of looks up on that one. He says, and then he sort of he sulks a little bit and he says, but I'm afraid that may well be beyond me. I'm sorry.
Where can I go to get fixed them?
I've not been able to make weapons like that since we lost the Mithril Forge. Well, without that up and running,
I'm pretty sure we can get you back in the forge.
Without that up and running, there's no chance.
Fix it.
You're going to go to the Mithril Forges and try and get it back?
Maybe one day.
He looks up at that and says, oh, well, maybe then it would be time for me to come out of retirement and make some grand weapons again. Maybe even finish off some of the things that I was going to do for Pythor.
Sounds splendid.
If you could help me,
sounds like a plan.
A decent weapon, better than the one I've got. Then maybe.
Wait. What were you going to make for Pythor?
We had designs for making him his ultimate weapon.
Which was?
Which would be?
It was kind of like how would you describe it? Kind of a catch-all weapon. It could be many things at whatever he desired at that moment. It would change to a great sword or a great axe or whatever weapon he deemed fit at the time. I got quite far through the design process before we lost the Mithril Forges. And alas, without that and the divine ingots, we did not have any way of finishing that weapon. Alas, my best work never done. And he sort of gets a bit sulky at that one.
Do not fret. We'll get there. We will bring the forge back online.
Oh, if you do, that would be a great day. I could then finish my life's work. I've not done great work like that in hundreds of years now. It has been a long time. Where are the divine ingots then? They are troublesome. I know Lutheria has some of them. I believe Sidon took some of them as well. As to other locations, they have been lost to time, but maybe you are, as the chosen ones, you are the ones to find them again, huh?
Well, we'll give it a go.
You would need great weapons to be able to take on the Titans, and I would be one to forge them. If you can pull off things like regain the Mithril Forges, then...
Have you got any weapons better than the ones we've got now?
There are some very quality items around the actual around the shop, Modius, that he would be perfectly willing to let you have if there's a better axe that you like the look of. They're not magical weapons, but they are good quality weapons, if that makes sense.
Do they give me any more benefit? I suppose that's.
1 second, let me just bring up his little shop. 2 seconds, it's in here somewhere.
I take it that we're not going to get charged for these items.
Not if you're the chosen ones. You are the chosen ones, aren't you? He looks around at that one. He
Absolutely.
Says, I'm your grandson, wouldn't I?
He says, of course not. I would never charge you for anything. I mean, and if you brought me better materials, I would be able to even here produce you better things than I can do normally. But if you can get the Mithril Forges up and running, that's a whole different ballgame. There are some dwarves in town. They would be related to the people that used to run the Mithril Forge many generations before. They come to town every few days, so I imagine they will be here at some point. They do frequent the bar very often. They don't realize I am who I am, but they definitely will remember what was taken from them. If you wish to go on the quest to retake the Mithril Forge, they will be some keen allies that would try and help you in that fight.
Yeah, what are their names? Do you know?
I do not. I do not know them personally. I just know that they...
you can't miss a few dwarves.
He sort of nods at that. He says, no, they're not missable, like me. This short guy that's standing in front of you, compared to the rest. Again, looking nothing like Pythor and looking nothing like Kira.
Yeah. But does he have anything better than what I've got?
Yes, hang on. Let me just get to his things on that one.
I've got a great elegant sword.
Yeah, I mean he has weapons of better strength and power, but they are not. If you need a good quality, anything from the handbook that you would need, if you need another weapon, he's not going to have like a. He might have a better quality of great axe, but it's not one that's going to be like a +1 or something that's going to give you magical ability right now.
I just wondering if is there a chance that something what we come up against that might break our main weapon? If that makes sense.
He definitely says if you were to trade your great axe for one of his in for battle, he knows his would not break under strain, if that makes sense. It's far better crafted than whatever one you have on him. And if there are any other weapons that you guys want, like if there's you want a sword or a crossbow, a something or a piece of armor, he has all of that in stock. Anything from that handbook you would want, he could give you, if that makes sense, under normal circumstances.
But definitely worth Silas and Heliod picking some stuff up.
Quite possibly on that one.
Yeah.
How about armor pieces? Have you got any armor?
I do. They are mostly bronze, but they are of good quality. If there are anything you're looking for, I can definitely help. Possibly some studded leather if need be. I may have some of that around as well.
There you go, Heliod. If you wish for a nice shiny shield, something such as that.
Shiny? You got a mirror?
Yeah.
A mirror shield? Yeah.
This shield be an upgrade on what I've already got?
Only in quality, not in anything more at the moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What about, are there any shields with reflections in it?
They're all bronzy, mostly, but he says if you're looking for a mirrored one, I could produce you something if given a couple of days, if that would be is something that you're interested in.
Do it in a day?
Day, maybe not. 2, possibly.
Damn. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, it would take time to polish something up that well. To have a mirror.
When was the last time you saw Kyra?
He says, my daughter? It has been a few years. She has been with you. I guess she would have been dealing with the oracles chosen. Is she doing well?
Very well. Yeah, she's outside.
He gets uncomfortable as you say that, and he sort of says, she'll, I'm sure she'll come see me if she wants to. And he sort of nods at that, kind of uncomfortably.
Interesting.
But yeah, he can offer you, if there is anything you guys would want, in theory he can...
How do you want us to do it then? Just add like a stack of arrows or something?
If you want arrows or anything like that, he will have. If there's armor pieces or swords or another axe or something, just literally you can add them to your sheet as you want. Just they would just be standard ones, but he can any of them that you want, he can offer, if that makes sense.
I'll just imagine I've taken another axe then. I'll put my one in the bag. because being a big guy, how much can I carry?
You can carry lots of stuff. Yeah, you can carry a lot of shit. Yeah. You don't have that. You don't have that problem for quite a while, I'm afraid. I'm not afraid.
Yeah. So if Silas takes one of these improved versions of his weapons,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can take a slightly
an armor
on that one. He says it's not of the quality of the dragonlord stuff, but it will serve you well. As he says on that one. But I will be here. I will carry on with my works, and if there are any items that you need, or you do, and somehow get the forges up and running, or if you feel, he says, kind of like, or if you would like me to, when the time comes and you do want to go to the Mithril Forges, maybe I could follow, come along with you and Kira, and I wouldn't be able to take part in any battle, but I could be there to help when things are done. It seems a little awkward as he's saying these things, but he's like he's feeling you out for if he could come with you if and when you do go to the Mithril Forges.
Well, I'm sure that we would all welcome your assistance in such a venture. We would.
I'm not much of a fighter,
I can understand why maybe you're feeling awkward. I'll have a word with Kyra.
He sort of nods at that and says, see what she says on that one. He sort of nods at that and seems relatively happy with that sort of process as that's going on.
What's the armor that a warlock can carry? Can they have anything above clothing or not?
That is a good point. I think warlocks can end up in you can end up in medium armor, like leather armor and bits and bobs like that. But I will double check for you. But yeah, what you're basically saying is go to whatever the maximum version you can get, if that makes sense. That would work without affecting your spell power. Yeah. I will work out what that is for you for next time, if that makes sense. So
thank you.
That's no problem. So yeah, it's in the video, so I'll know. That will remind me to do it for you. So I'll add that to your sheet. But yeah, definitely Vault. This is the place where you would be getting supplies like that, if that makes sense. But yeah. So
being a barbarian, I've got unarmored defense.
Yeah, you cannot wear armor. If you do, it starts to impede you. That it does damage to you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you do not wear armor. It just goes goes with the guy.
You're all about dealing out the damage and taking the pain.
Yes, yeah.
It does say something about while not wearing armor, your AC equals 10 plus Dex plus Con plus any shield bonus. So, is there any chance of will a shield make a difference?
It would, but you dual wield a double axe, a two-handed axe, so that you can get as much as you can out of your damage. If that makes sense. Yeah. So it's kind of you could to up your AC.
Because with the grappling, you get to grapple and hit one hand.
But you wouldn't if you were a shield user, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of it kind of all adds up to There's reasons why you are the sort of built the way you are, if that makes sense. But
my last request to my grandfather then will be that can you show me up something reflective shield.
He says, yeah, definitely. I will spend my time on that for you. That's no worries. Give me some time. I'll maybe in a day or so I'll see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds great. I'll be back tomorrow evening.
Very well. And he sort of nods at that and sort of seems to be getting back prepared to get back to his work as that's going on. But yeah, pleasant enough. But it seemed like there's some awkward family dynamics. Cal is what you're picking up. Is probably the best way of putting it. As you come out onto the streets, Kira is kind of hanging around, mulling around a little bit, looking around at things, not being a bit awkward as all this is going on.
Yeah, I'm going to give her some time until I bring that up. So we'll leave it a few minutes.
No worries. Yeah, you definitely can.
Maybe we go to the bar.
You could do, or would you like to go and see the Rock of Esther to understand where the sacrifice is going to happen in a few days?
Yeah, let's do that.
So you guys are wandering towards this. As this time sort of passes, you're wandering down the bottom end of town.
Okay, so, as we're wandering, then I'll speak to Kyra then.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, she's sort of like, she's lost in her own thoughts, Cal, as this is going on. Like, you definitely get that sense as this is going on. But yeah, you can definitely approach her as you're walking along.
Kyra, if you don't mind me saying so, I picked up a bit of uncomfortable atmosphere between yourself and your father. May I ask, what happened in the past between you two?
She says, no, it's not quite. It's family. Families are tough. She says on that one, but she looks and she says, he's not been the same since Mother died. Since Mitros has been gone, he was never the same. And he's lost in his own thoughts and his own world. He hasn't forged anything of any decency since the mithril forges were lost. He is just, I think, a bit like Pythor, a bit lost, and I've never been able to figure out how to reclaim that with him. And
this makes you awkward when you're in his presence.
Yeah, I mean, we may be gods and we may maybe have, ultimate power, but we have family issues.
What if I were to say to you, if we restarted the forge, we could refire your father's love
of forging
for his
maybe.
work?
He needs something.
Well, he's expressed a wish to come with us to restart the forge. How would you feel about that?
She said, it would probably do him some good. That's a positive step. It'd be awkward, but probably a good awkward. She sort of says as she's looking around. He needs something. Maybe that could rekindle something in him. Yeah.
Okay.
She's not against this as you're starting to talk it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get these next few tasks out of the way, and then we'll go back and revisit.
She said, "Yeah." She sort of nods at that, and she says, "Yeah. He needs something. Eventually, yeah. Like he's grieving. He's been grieving a long time. He needs to move on. Pythor needs to do the same one day." But yeah, you guys wander down to where the Rock of Esther is as this is all going on. And yeah, you come to the side of the sort of where the waters of the river pass, and Kira sort of will show and point out in front of you, and she says, so yeah, they would take you over to the main rock over here. They would chain you to it, and the rules of engagement would basically be you would have to wait until the sunrise of the next morning, and in doing so you would have appeased the gods by the sacrifice had either been taken or not, if that makes sense. So surviving till the next morning would be your task. You would be stripped of all your weapons and armor and chained to there. And yeah, if you survived, you would be freed the next morning.
That sounds easy enough, given that no kobolds will be coming.
And so she sort of says, "Oh yeah, these things aren't here." My setup's not perfect, but yeah. So she says to you, "If we get things, yeah." And she sort of nods at you, like not wanting to go over the plan, trying to keep it quiet in the moment as this is going on. But she says, or maybe, yeah. I mean, if that plan wasn't good, maybe she sort of leans and says, maybe hiding some weapons or something here might not be a bad plan. Maybe you could stash them.
Perhaps both, in case there's a chance that something goes wrong down the line.
She nods at you and she's like, yeah, maybe.
What do you think, Elliot?
It's not breaking the rules of engagement. It's only if you step off the rocks.
So, placing weapons on the rocks is not breaking the rules of engagement.
Yeah, they would be taken if they were seen, but if they were not seen, I don't think that's officially breaking the rules. As in, if they were like,
I see,
to be found hidden in the side of the rocks, I don't think that would be. I don't think that's breaking the rules of engagement.
Well, we know someone who's got plenty of weapons, so should we park somewhere up there then?
Yeah, we'd have to try and watch out for guards, etc. People would be checking the place. But yeah, if they were hidden well enough,
I have some spare knives on me. Now I have this staff. I have 2 spare daggers.
What happened to our poisoning idea?
It's not gone.
Well, we're still going to do that. Yeah.
Well, we don't know enough about the creatures as of yet to know if the poison will take effect.
I've got an idea actually. Silas, you got any more of those drugs?
He's got a little bit left.
Would that be powerful enough to knock out a dumbass basilisk?
You're not.
Are they dumb or intelligent?
You don't know. Yeah,
Would
you don't have enough
drugs
information
work?
on them to. You're not sure. Yeah.
My other idea was I can lift a giant rock up here that none of those centurions could lift, and then put a load of weapons on with it.
That's not bad. Kira says that's not bad. They wouldn't be able to know. If we did it under the cover of darkness and hit stuff, not bad. I don't think breaking the chains is going to be a problem. I think you'll be able to deal with that. She looks at you, Modius, not the rest of you. So much.
So, thank you. I'll be working out it.
I'd give it a good try. I mean, come on, let's not.
So what should
Yeah, I mean, and she sort of looks between. But look, potato. Yeah, look at him compared to you. There's no offense.
Yes, but he's cheating.
He's cheating. Well, I suppose he does have. He does have some divine blood in him, I guess. So he does have that going for him.
Okay, well, I think this is a good idea. Let's place some items out there on the island, and then move back and get some rest and go and get these pesky creatures.
I suggest we would do that have that done under the cover of darkness would be the best plan, so that
that's a good call.
None of the guards or anything spot you doing it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon we take a wander around town, go to the tavern, we try and find some poison, or maybe more of that shit that Cal's got. We wedge it under the skin of, under the fur of an animal.
Fair enough. You know that, not far from here right now, there is a herd of cattle that have that you could purchase if you so wished.
There we go.
You knew they were a lot of money.
We only need a couple. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 gold pieces. I could go and wrestle for some gold. Let's go.
We may need more than 2.
That's up to you guys. Yeah,
Well,
you
depends
can.
on-
Okay, well, so we're gonna put some items that we have got on us now.
We're gonna wait till dark first.
Yeah. I think the idea is that you're going to wait till darkness and then have someone sneak back here, whoever feels they are the stealthiest, and try and plant the stuff. If that makes sense, that is definitely plausible. Or you can ask one of the NPCs to do it if you wish. But obviously, that both have risk, whether or not you wish to do it as the risk or them. There will be roles involved.
Well, Kyra as a god probably can't be seen to be interfering with other gods' work.
Yes, for some reason, whenever you talk about them directly doing anything, they all go sheepish and don't do it, don't they? So there must be something going on, but you've not gotten to the bottom of that yet. But yeah, you do realise that. I mean, she sings for you guys, which helps you, but she doesn't directly do it. You know, it's like she's not directly interfering, if that makes sense. You think there might be some fine lines in there somewhere that they're playing.
Yeah. I reckon we go back to the bar, find these dwarves, find something we can poison or get drunk. We know we need. Will there be people in the bar that will tell us this stuff?
You don't know, but yeah, you can certainly go to the bar. It's definitely plausible.
But there was a library, wasn't there, of books which may tell us the poison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the queen's looking for that, isn't she?
Honora is literally doing that for you today. Yep, during the time. So yeah, that's definitely on the thing. Kira will lead you up to the Dragon's Tooth, which is back up here where these guys are.
Perhaps we could poison our flesh, and when the basilisks bite us, it would kill them.
You think that might be a very last resort way of playing it, but yes, it's certainly doable. You guys make your way to the Dragon's Tooth, and easily done. A very bright and vibrant looking bar, but yeah, you can make your way into it. That's easily done as this is going on. Very very Greek in nature. But yeah, you definitely you can spend a bit of time here drinking and figuring out a few things if you so wished on that front of possible rumors, etc. So 1 second, let me bring up the rumors thing.
Let's just have a few drinks and get to see. First of all,
I'd like to go up to the owner of the bar and ask him a question.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, you can definitely go up to the owner of the bar. Let me just find his name for you. 1 second. Let me bring up the guy. Well, it's very Greek. There's not a direct thing on that front, but there is there is one here. Right, Astoria. 1 second. We need to go to not the Dragon Shrine, the Dragon's Tooth. Yeah, a nondescript brick building with white stone accents in the middle of the middle of the popular public house in the centre of town. Patrons regularly drift in and out of the various parts of the place, different levels of sobriety. The scent of food and sounds of raucous conversation that hit you from inside of there on that one. But yeah, you guys can spend a bit of time drinking in here. There is a rumours table. But yeah, at this point, yeah, what was Silas asking the bar person directly first of all before things are going on? Delphinion is the name of this
hello,
veteran.
Delphinion. My name is Silas.
And
what a wonderful establishment you have here.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Your reputation precedes you already.
I was wondering whether this establishment allows the smoking of illicit drugs.
You're allowed to smoke incense if you were at the far end of the bars. That would definitely be there's room at the smoking end. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'll be sure to leave a tip.
She nods at that, and we'll be bringing over the drinks. But
in fact, here's 1 gold coin for your trouble.
She nods at that, thanking you profusely. As they will be bringing over some drinks and wines ahead, if that makes sense. When you guys are having a few of these drinks, what normally happens when in this world is that you have to tip a tiny piece of it out and say basically like a little prayer to Lutheria, which is one of the Titans, because she's basically the god of wine and things like that. It's considered an affront if you do not. As you guys are having these drinks, do you or do you not make that prayer to one of these Titans before you have your drinks?
Is she a relative of mine?
She is an enemy of yours, not a relative. The Titans and the 5 gods are enemies, but you know it's an affront to not do it.
I would certainly not. The Titans are the enemies of the gods. I have no reason to do that at all.
Okay, so yeah, fair enough. Heliod does not, but does drink. That's fair enough. What about the rest of you?
I'll be drinking.
And no prayer?
Not as such, no.
Okay.
I'll be consulting with my extremely dark orb.
Fair enough. No worries. Yep. So it sounds like those two definitely don't drink to Lutheria beforehand, or do the usuals. What about Modius and the other two and the other one?
So we're drinking to the Titans?
Yes, you know it's customary, and that if you don't, it usually is not a good thing to do. It usually is it's considered a bad omen, but it doesn't mean you have to do it. But usually, people would have to drink to the drink to the Titans before they do drink. To Letheria specifically.
Okay. Well, you have treated me well and allowed me to go to the smoking section.
You have gone to the smoking section. Easily done.
So I will oblige.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you pour a tiny little bit out, and then you say to Letheria before you drink, as is customary in these places. That's fair enough. And Modius, what about yourself?
Yes, I think I'm quite a traditional kind of person. It doesn't necessarily mean my beliefs what I say. Like when I say bless you, doesn't mean I'm highly religious. So I say, may the wolves stay in the hills and the women in our beds. To Listeria. I've had a few drinks.
Fair enough. Yeah. So
you time.
Yep. You follow the tradition as is.
Follow Silas. Yeah.
No problem. Easily done.
Seems I have. Yeah.
Not a problem. Brilliant. So you guys, you definitely do spend your time in here and doing that. So as a group, then, who wants to roll the D8 for the rumors table here and see what you guys come up with when you're chatting with the patrons and things like that on that one?
Here we go. Get ready.
Is there luck? Do you have a luck dice? No luck.
You have an inspiration that you can use sometimes. But Cal, you have rolled a on this one. Yeah, you hear rumors and. You kind of you point these out to Heliod because you realise it's kind of important to him. But there are rumours that the Order of Sidon have demanded the destruction of the Temple of the Five in Mitros. But so basically the temple to the gods, the five gods, Kira and the rest of them. Sidon's forces have demanded that be destroyed in Mitros, which is obviously that's literally Heliod's home.
What?
But some patron is like, they literally barreled in there and have literally demanded that they take the place down. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But if the rumors are true that the Valis has denied them, but the bold brass of it all, that Sidon's men would walk in and say that they have to take down the temple is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
This would be a tragedy. Where did you hear this?
Well, one of the caravans that came in from Mitros the other day. Literally saying that King Acastus had been dealing with Sidon's men, and during the meetings they had demanded this of Valis right in front of him, and he didn't do anything. What a bastard!
This is outrageous.
And so there's a bit of that. Modius, do you want to roll as well? Seeing sort of for you and Silas.
D8, is it?
Another D8, thank you. Yeah, see what a rumour came up for your times around in this bar.
I'm disgusted by this.
D8.
Incoming, and number 4. You start talking to some sort of slightly more burly types, and they go on about. I heard a band of warriors travelled to the necropolis at Telemark last month, and they haven't been seen or heard from since. I mean, everybody knows that if you go there, it's basically asking to die, but those crazy bastards went anyway, and were never seen again.
Ooh. Oh, what's the gap to him?
Well, I imagine the wizard guy that runs the place, the undead guy. I imagine he does sort of a symbol of of killing him.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What's his name again? What's his name? Wizard guy. It's
I think it's Damon. I think it was his name. It's supposed to be some big warrior that was during the wars back in the day, but No, I heard he was an undead.
Oh, watch out for that one. Speaking of undead, you see any dwarves, Randy?
He says, not in a couple of days. I know they're coming. I know there's a band of them that keep coming in. They usually come in, I think in a couple of days' time. Usually they should be back. They've been on their travels.
Someone's interested in one chaplain.
And he sort of nods and says, "Oh, if I see him, I'll let him know that a big fella was looking for him. No worries."
Well, yeah, just a friendly chat. I mean, just think you might have something you might be interested in.
No worries. I can definitely do that for you. No worries, he says as that's going on. But yeah, you guys can while away the evening in here and get going for that. Who wants to do the one last rumour mill in the bar, if that makes sense? So we've had Modius and we've had Cal. One more roll of the die.
Yeah, got the no.
No problem, Heliod. Yeah, so yeah, as you're listening in on different things.
I've just gone over to the smoking section.
That makes sense, Silas. Yeah, you've been enjoying on that one. Heliod. Yeah, you hear stories from an older woman who basically talks about that. Strangely, teenagers in the region have been disappearing lately, including quite a famous person's daughter, Thuricles, has disappeared. He's an old man that runs some of the vineyards in Astoria, but it's strange that teenagers are just disappearing. It's really weird, but it's starting to freak out some of the parents.
Okay.
But yeah, you hear that rumor during your time. So yeah, you guys whittle away your evening here. Head back to the palace for that night, I imagine, for resting, etc.
Yeah, that night is Cal going to do? Who's designated stealthy one to
back?
Plant the.
This is my next question. Yeah, are you guys going to?
Starts to set.
Are you guys going to give Cal a bundle of weapons to try and hide at the rock under the cover of darkness? Is that kind of the plan?
I've got a spare axe.
I mean, I don't know if it's a stealthy role. He's not going to be the he might not be the man for the job, actually. What's everyone's dexterity?
Dex 14.
So Cal's got 11.
Mine's 13. Oh, is it really just 11?
Silas has the same dex, but because he's armored, he can't be as stealthy. In theory, then Heliod, you're in theory the
Heliod seems to be the most sneaky.
Would be the most sneaky of the bunch. Yeah.
Well, 13 plus 1, but I'm a giant.
Oh, dex 14.
You have a good dex, but you're an armored guy, so it has downsides. But yeah, so it sounds like you would be sending Heliod out on his own in the cover of darkness to go and try and do this. Then, in theory, which is completely doable.
If the weapons get stolen?
Then
well, that's the luck. Roll the dice, and
yeah, that's the luck of the draw. So basically, how well can Heliod hide them and not get noticed that he's done it would be what you would be banking on, if that makes sense.
But if I lose my short sword, I haven't got a spare.
No, these are spares that we're putting down there from. We've got them from
the palace or from the armor. Yeah, there's plenty of places to get some basic weapons from.
My grandfather will give us them.
Yeah, easily done. So so is it? Yeah, it's turning into Heliod. You go out under the cover of darkness then to.
Okay, I'll gather up some weapons. Yes, take everything.
You sort of. Want. I think the way it works out that they're bundled up, and then you have a rope tied to one end. So that you can have them thrown off the side of the rock, that they could be pulled up in, if that makes sense. They could be pulled up from the rock during your time and actually gain some weapons.
Okay.
So there's going to be a couple of rolls here then, Heliod. I need you to roll me a stealth check as you under the cover of darkness make your way out of the palace and make your way down to where things are going. Okay, no problem. Okay, so that notice that one. And then next on the list is that you. I need you to give me a survival roll to see how well you do at hiding them on the rock.
Okay.
Okay, right, fair enough. Thank you very much. Right, yeah, but so nothing happens during the time. But you make your way back. Make your way back to the group eventually. Under the cover of darkness, it's taking you a couple of hours to.
The task is done.
The task is done on that front. You make an insight check.
Who, me?
Yes, you one more. It was an insight just to see how well you think you did. You think it went great. Yeah, everything was perfect. No one saw you. You managed to find a really good spot. Everything went really, like pitch perfect in your mind.
Chef's kiss. It was fantastic.
Okay, so yeah, all done. The weapons are hidden and done on that front. You guys rest up, do what you need to do. When Honora will visit you the next morning, and she says, "I have been able to dig out some information for you all on the basilisks. If it's of any help to you, I can help you understand some of their basic traits, etc. on that front."
Yes, go ahead and tell us what you know.
They are pretty much, unfortunately, immune to poison, so I'm afraid any plan to do that would not work on them, I'm afraid.
So, I mean, they can't get higher then?
I believe you would be under the same problem, yes. They don't have the strongest constitution in the world, but they are pretty strong and fairly strong of stomach. They will eat anything that you put in front of them, almost.
So we either just kill them or we fill them up with so much food.
They are very ravenous beasts. They will eat a lot, but they can be satiated that way. That would definitely be true.
Did you find out
she explains to you how things work mechanically. Obviously, it's done in a more how shall we say, in a more descriptive way than I'm going to do it, because I'm going to give you it in the mechanics, if that makes sense. So they have a bite attack which would do piercing to you and poison. So they are a poisonous creature. That's why they probably aren't. They aren't very good at being poisoned themselves, if that makes sense. And they have this other feature, which is this petrifying gaze, where if you look upon them when you're trying to attack them or during your turns, you have to make a con save. In mechanics terms, a DC 12 con save. If you fail that, you begin to turn to stone and you lose all your speed. And then you have to roll. If you roll that con save again the next turn and you fail it again, you then turn to stone, if that makes sense. So it's not instantly petrified, but it would definitely get you there fairly quickly, if that makes sense.
And if we turn to stone, is that like death? Turn to stone.
Yeah, death is, it's not death. It's more. You would need some unbelievably powerful magic to undo that, if that makes sense. It wouldn't be easy.
Holy shit!
You'd need like a greater restoration or something pretty strong.
What do you think?
Well, like a lay on hands will cure a disease or neutralize a poison effect.
Yeah, it's not a poisoning effect or a disease. It's literally they would be petrified. So it's a magical effect.
Cara, you got any songs against petrifying?
She says no, but I have some plan Bs if things went really bad, but I don't want to have to go into that if it got that bad. But okay. you won't need to. Yeah, we aren't. You'll work out better than that. You'll kill them quick.
Are there any types of magic that they're susceptible to?
Sorry, say again.
Is there any types of weapons or magic that they're particularly susceptible to?
Nothing dramatic. They have quite thick hides, but they don't have the strongest AC. They will die to standard weaponry that you have. There's nothing more dramatic or lesser dramatic in that. They are they are strong biting beasts that with a way of petrifying you is the way to look at it. So
What would be useful is to find a shop that has some anti-poison vials.
Yes.
This doesn't count as disease, then.
No, it doesn't count as disease. No, it's a magical effect, if that makes sense. It's not.
What about sight?
It's not medical.
But they live in a cave, so what they're like on the outside?
They have very good dark vision. They can see in the dark very, very well. They do all right in daylight, but it's not their best.
Are they disadvantaged?
No, they're not disadvantaged in daylight, but they are. Yeah, they don't have a problem in darkness, if that makes sense.
Okay. Like a bright light, when you shine a bright light in eyes.
Yes, Medusius, we all know what bright lights do to people.
Not like sunlight, bright light, like a torchlight.
It might make a difference.
They're not fire resistant.
They don't appear to have any, from what Honora is telling you. No, they don't appear to have any of those sort of effects or anything like that going on. No.
Right, Cal, what do you think? Should we go?
Well, I think that we should go and get ourselves some anti-poison and see if we can.
There's no such thing as an anti-poison. Yeah. You can get things that will cure.
Antidote.
Yeah, there are antidotes to poisons after the fact, but it won't stop you getting poisoned in the moment, if that makes sense.
Okay, let's go see if we can find a shop that sells that.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can spend part of the day looking around for some anti-venom. You know that you can cure the poison effect after the fact by drinking one of those. Easily done. And if you mark off 2 gold off of your sheet, you can find that during the day. That's not a problem.
How many vials would we get?
You would be able to get 2 vials of that. It's not an easy thing to find, but it does exist. If that makes sense.
Did you say 2 gold offwards?
Yeah, and if you're not, a gold a piece off. Yeah.
So shall I put it in mine as well?
It's up to you guys. One each, or any way you want to play.
I think because I'm up front getting it with pass, then I might need a few vials.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. You choose. You've got 2 of them.
In the box.
Advantage on.
Yeah, 2 vials in total.
Yeah,
it's not an easy
got
thing
2,
to find.
so I'll give both of those vials to Medusius.
No problem.
Put it in my backpack.
Yeah, that's fine.
A vial of what?
A vial of anti-venom, basically. 2 of them. So yeah, if you come under the poison effect where you are poisoned, you can drink it to cure that.
This doesn't count as being charmed or being put to sleep.
No, it's not one of those. No.
Okay.
And it's antitoxin.
It is antitoxin. Yeah.
I'll put it down in.
No problem.
There you go. 1, 2. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the plan, guys? So are you guys going to the Basilisk Caves and dealing with them direct, or are you trying something else? What's the plan here?
Well, the 2 choices now are we gather some cattle and take them up there and try and fill this beast's belly shortly before we go and land on the rock. Or we simply go up there and do what Medusius does best.
Well, I wouldn't mind my grandpappy's mirror shield.
You can definitely, collect that before you go there on the during this day if you wanted to do it. But yeah, I suppose the question is what's the plan you guys are doing? Are you going to go there in this day and just deal with the basilisks, or are you going to wait till the last day and try and pull enough cattle there and get them to be eaten on the rock, eaten by the basilisks? And then hope that's enough to satiate them before you go to the rock? It depends which way around you want to do it. I suppose one way round has, you already know one's a for sure in that you know that they're dead. The other you don't know if you wouldn't know if you'd fed them enough cattle.
Plus, it's probably going to cost us a bit of money, isn't it?
And it will cost you money. Yes, yeah, you know that there is.
I'm going to go and get these mother truckers.
Yes, let's go do what Medusius does best.
Yeah.
And I'll pick up the mirror shield on the way.
Absolutely, the mirror shield, no problem. You go past his shop, easily done.
Silas can hold that bad boy.
He's been shining one of the bronze shields up to a mirror-like finish as he's done. He says, "Oh, it's all done for you. I hope it comes in useful. If you're looking that rather than directly at the beasts, you probably will be better off. I don't imagine their gaze will affect you through it if whoever's wielding this."
That sounds fantastic.
Sorry, you're asking Honora before you leave the palace. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, about the gaze and.
Basically, mechanically, the way it would work is if whoever's wielding that shield, they could look in the mirror of the shield without, so they wouldn't have to attack at disadvantage, if that makes sense. Others would either have to look at them directly and take the con save, or attack them blindly and attack at disadvantage. Is kind of the mechanics of how it would work out.
I'm wondering how it could work in battle, actually, whether I took it up there in battle.
Well, you wield a dual-handed axe, so you would struggle with a shield, Modius.
It'd be Silas would hold it probably because he's already got a shield, isn't he?
It doesn't affect Silas in the same way. Yes.
Yeah,
because actually, Silas, you're the one that gives me you need to stand next to me, don't you? So actually, you're.
Yeah. Well, I need to stand next to someone.
Well,
whoever's getting attacked.
For me to benefit, not getting too much whipping.
Oh, because I say the deal is you're going to be.
I'll be smacking
up front. Are you?
Yeah. So you're the shield then.
Before we leave the Forge Woods, I'm just going to say to Kyra's father that she's happy for him to come along.
No problem.
When we go to the forge,
and he seems relieved by that, and sort of pleased when you say it, and sort of like, oh, okay, just say the word when you guys are going towards the forges, and I will definitely join you. And
absolutely,
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it seems to brighten him up. It's like it's been a long time since I've been back there. So it'd be good to try and take it back.
Well, it will be fantastic to have you with us, sir.
I'll get his axe fixed.
And he says, it would definitely be doable. But yeah, he sort of nods. He seems very pleased with the possibilities. But yeah, so you guys make your way out of town then, slowly but surely, following the river off towards the north, where the Basilisk Caves you've been told about previously do exist. I need someone to roll me a survival check, please. See how quickly they can figure out what's going on, as in to sort of track down these beasts to their lair, if that makes sense. Modius, you know how to track these sort of things. You got this in hand as this is all going on. It doesn't take you long to sort of get you guys. You're about sort of 3 or 4 hours out of town before you get close to where you need to be, but you definitely see a sort of like can I describe it as like a sunken front of a cave, and Modius, you start leading people towards it. Do you want me to? Is there any setup you guys want me to do, or do you want me to take you to the cave map? Is there anything you're doing? Anything you? It's early in the day. You set out relatively early in the day, so maybe 11 o'clock-ish sort of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, you see the caves. You sort of manage to wade your way into the start opening of the caves easily enough as this is all going on, and you can slowly but surely start deciding what ways you go.
Silas, you got the shield.
Yep, Silas definitely has the mirrored shield on him.
What's the plan here then, guys? What's the plan?
Kill.
Yeah, I'm good at that. What's the plan? So, Silas, you got my arse.
Yep.
Trying to keep it nice and shiny, not my arse. Shield. Hopefully, they might accidentally petrify each other.
I'm sure your arse would petrify anything coming towards it.
Oh.
Kira is it's like, I'm here for backup. I'll do what I can, but good luck. Well done. You got this. It's just sort of like.
And Kyra, are you singing anything nice if this kicks off?
I definitely will. She gives you a little wink.
So where's this rock thing then?
Oh,
the rock thing. Apology.
Aren't we meant to go and sit on a rock, wait for the things to turn up?
No. This is you've gone to the basilisk's caves to take them out before that event will happen, if that makes sense. So.
Oh, sorry, I thought we decided against that. Oh no, we decided against the poisoning idea.
Yeah, he's decided against the poisoning on that front.
Yeah.
Right, I've got 2 antidotes on me. So.
Okay, I need those that are up front. Can you guys make a perception check as this is all going on in the? It's pretty damn dark as you're going around the corners here. Cal is doing pretty damn good. Modius has no idea.
Hang on.
Heliod has no idea, and Silas has no idea. So yeah, Cal, you're the only one that realizes that around the corner there definitely are a couple of you can hear the sounds of a couple of creatures that are definitely in the next room as you sort of like halt everybody.
Sounds a bit too late.
Wait. Are none of you even listening? Listen.
You hear sort of rustling going on as something is climbing down the walls, Cal.
Hear anything? Are you sure?
Just round this corner to the left. Prepare yourselves.
Yeah, it's more shuffling as things sort of moving around in the room beyond Cal. You're just subtly picking it up as this is all going on. But yeah, I guess we're gonna.
Heliod, I suggest you step back. Let Silas take to the front.
Yes, I agreed.
No problem. As you do that is when we will pause it for a minute and we will roll some initiative against the basilisks. Let's see how they're going to do here. 1 second. Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, bringing up the old combat tracker. Let's see how all these guys are going to roll in. Or Kira reacts before all of you, but yeah, she realizes what's going on. Right, okay. Kira does not start singing yet because she knows she will cause grief, so she is just waiting. We're going to begin the combat and go from there, but basically, Cal, you're the first to react. You hear something around the corner as this is all going on, but yeah, you haven't seen it yet, so you're first to react in combat, if that makes sense.
Okay. What are we going to do?
What are you going to do?
Can you get the shield ready?
I haven't got the shield.
But you're standing
Silas
next
has got
to the
it.
shield.
Yeah, Silas is wearing has the shield on him. Yeah. But
So
yeah,
I've got some kind of special shield.
you've got a shield that basically
You
means
do.
that you can not look. You wouldn't have to look at the basilisks. You could look through the mirroring of your shield. So you won't have to
like
attack.
Medusa.
Yeah, you won't have to attack. You won't have to attack at disadvantage. Is basically what it's allowing.
Where do we get that off? Medusa's mother or something?
Grandfather. Yes, correct. Yes.
Oh, the grandfather. That's
There's
it.
one of Cal. Cal, can you not sort of
I'm
use
gonna-
it afterwards?
No, because I won't be able to get that angle. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to step here.
Okay. Hang on. Let me.
Yeah.
I've got to just reveal them to myself so I can see. Yeah, you step there, nothing happens.
Yeah, okay. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Minor Illusion
Mm-hmm.
over... Oh, how do I do a marker?
Yeah, you press and hold with your mouse or
Over herewards.
Okay, yeah. What are you minor illusioning?
Of a small dead animal.
Okay, yeah. Sort of just the vision of one, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I see where you're going. Okay.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I need to roll for it or.
No, I don't believe you do. Yeah, it just happens that you make a thing. It's just whether or not they are smart enough to realize what's going on. That one is done. Heliod, round to you.
Yeah, again, don't think there's too much I can do. Can I prepare an attack?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, you're going to keep a cantrip on hold, are you? If that makes sense from your spellbook, like Sacred Flame or something.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna get my crossbow out and.
Yeah, fair enough. And basically, your trigger point would be if you see a creature, you would that came into range, you would attack it.
I would fire. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, first of the basilisks. It will move to about here. That will trigger you first of all, Heliod, as it comes into view. So you can roll your arrow. It is moving towards your illusion, Cal, as it was going. It was going the wrong way. Then an arrow goes off, which will be from Heliod.
Just firing now.
12. A 12 will hit. Okay.
How much damage is it? D8 plus 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Roll a D8.
Yeah, if you roll a D8, I'll work out from that damage. Nice. So 7 damage to this first one. I
think it's plus 2, isn't it?
Yeah, plus the 2 as well. Yes, on that front. It takes all of that. That gets its attention. Obviously, the arrow goes in its side, and then whoop, Cal, it's coming to you.
Shit.
Hang on, 5, 10, 15. It can't get to you. It only has 20 feet of movement. So it gets to there, Cal. So it can't get to you this turn.
Ranged. It is ranged stuff.
Does it have any range? It does not have a range, so it gets to where it gets. Silas, you see this thing appear. You see this this thing appear, Silas, in front of you. Heliod, sorry, yes. You fired your arrow at it. I need you to make a con save for the petrifying effect. Apologies. I forgot about that because you were looking at it to fire your shot.
Con save.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You take the shot, you fire, but you start to feel your muscles seizing up as this is going on. Yeah, you're starting to turn to stone as this is going on.
Did you get a reroll with that?
You will. He will. He will re-roll on his turn. No, Kira's not singing yet. No, she couldn't start singing this turn. Yeah, because it would have disturbed the basilisks. So she has to wait until the next turn. But Silas, it is now your turn.
Oh, wonderful.
You know your lay on hands would stop that effect if you wished, if that makes sense. You would stop him turning to stone. It just wouldn't work if you tried it after he turned to stone.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Well, I'll do that then.
Yeah. So you're gonna move.
Who's been hit?
Heliod has. Yeah. Heliod has. Yeah. It takes your action to do it if you're going to do it.
I'd have to move. Do I have to move next to him as well?
Yeah. You'd have to move next to him. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go here then. And then lay on hands.
Yeah, I think you have to do minimum of 5 to cure something like that. But yeah, you pulse the that magic through him, and with 5 points of your lay on hands, you stop him from. You feel the muscles unseize Heliod as that's going on. But that has taken Silas's action to pull it off. You still got a bit of movement left if you wish.
No, I'll stick where I am.
I'm gonna move to here.
And my lay on hands goes down by 5.
It does indeed, yeah. So you're staying where you are?
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am, yeah.
Okay. Modius, around to you. Okay, you go running up to the beastie, no problem.
Do my thing. I'm going to rage.
No problem. You can definitely rage. And then I need you to give me a con save for staring at this thing as you're trying to attack it.
Rage, reckless, and there's something in here. Something. Yeah. Danger said, do you have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got to. It's a Constitution saving throw in this case.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
A 10. Okay, you go running up. You feel your muscles starting to seize up.
Oh dear.
You try and do your attack, but alas, you cannot bring enough force to the effect. You are raging, so you that will definitely be true still. So that is still upon you. So you will be halving damage done to you, but. It is done. The next of the basilisks.
There's nothing else. Reckless doesn't do anything either. Okay.
You can't. You're seizing up. You can't do anything. Unfortunately. In that moment, as that is done, I will double check. Hang on. I may be overselling Petrifying Gaze here. On a fail save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone. It can repeat it on the next turn. Yeah, you get petrified on 2 fails, basically, is the way it would work. So this basilisk will come running in. It will try and bite you. I imagine a 10 will be a fail. Your AC is higher than 10, isn't it? Yeah. So that one misses you. Bringing us to the top of the round, Kira starts singing, giving you you guys the extras that you normally get. Cal, round to you.
I'm going to glance back into Silas's shield behind me.
Oh, I didn't take a vial, did I?
And raise my hand in the opposite direction and try and fire off a Eldritch Blast.
No problem. Yeah. You can fire at disadvantage. It's not advantage, unfortunately.
Is that alternative roll?
No. Just roll normally. You get 2 dice, and then I'll take the lower of the 2. It's fine.
Which is handily.
They're exactly the same shot. So easily done as you're doing you're calculating in reverse of what's needed. But yeah, you definitely hit, doing more damage to the basilisk. Easily done. You staying put? Are you moving?
No, I'm going to stay put. I'm in a good spot.
No problem. Heliod, around to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I'll just take aim with my crossbow again and fire.
No problem. Make a con save.
Yeah. Con save, that one.
Oof, okay. You start to seize up.
Hold on, can I use Kira this
turn?
You
can. You definitely can use it.
Oh, for God's sake.
You start to seize up again, unfortunately. No. As the arrow goes wide, you can't pull off the shot.
Okay.
That is done. Basilisk is going to try biting Modius again. Bite incoming. 15 to hit this time. I think that's going to be enough this time.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 piercing damage that you halve and 6 poison damage.
God.
28.
Yeah, basilisks are bastards.
3 more for.
How many hit points you got left?
25 left.
Okay.
Remember, yeah, he halves a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So yes, that one is done. Silas, round to you. Heliod is freezing up again. Modius is freezing up.
How am I meant to protect them from freezing? This shield thing doesn't do that, does it?
It does not. No, it allows you to attack without disadvantage. The only thing that stops them from failing is you laying on hands to cure them. For 5 points.
I'm confused.
But again, it's your action to do that. So you either let them roll, or you try and save one of them. Is what you're basically into.
I think let's try and save ourselves and get into the attack. Yeah.
So I'm better off moving here. Is that right?
That's up to you.
with the shield, then we got a shield. You can use a shield, and they might be able to look at each other or something.
You can definitely attack without having any worry of having to take the test, Silas, because you can look in the shield.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I will. Okay. So basically, it gives me advantage. I can attack more safely. Is the idea?
You can attack more. You can attack more safely than the rest of them can. Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I will move to next to Medisius.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this: if Modius or Heliod fail their next thing, they will turn to stone. So you understand what your choice is here. If that makes sense.
What happened to
the
Who's? Okay. Who takes? Oh God, I'm buggered either way because I've got to pick one of them, haven't I?
If that's what you're going to do, or you can just attack the beast. Yeah, you have got either any of the options. Yeah, these are the things of being the field medic, you know.
The problem is I can't save both of them, can I? Because I can't stand next to both of them to lay hands on them.
Correct. Yeah, you can only pick one if you were going to try and save one of them.
And who's currently close to turning to stone?
Modius and Heliod have both failed once.
I've already used 5. I've already used 5 lay on hands, haven't I?
Yeah, it adds up. Yeah.
It's
not easy.
Hit points, then?
No, he's got a pool of 15 of them in total.
I see.
To stop this effect, he's having to use 5 each time.
Yeah, you need to be looking away when you're striking or looking into Silas's shield.
What happens if they look into the shield?
The
problem we had was that I went after.
Yeah, nothing's happening to them. Yeah, no, if they weren't
themselves.
Yeah, if they weren't immune to their own effect, they wouldn't live together. They are immune to their own petrification.
Are they really?
I think the issue here is the order of the turns, isn't it? That's what's got us in this.
Yeah, I mean, Modius, dice are against you on that one. Modius comes up next. If he fails, then he would turn to stone.
And what happens once you turn to stone? Is that it?
He's done. Yeah, he's done until someone tries to do some really strong magic to. He will be out of the fight, and he will.
Right, but he's not going to be completely dead.
Well, if you don't have any way of turning someone to stone, he may be, but you don't know for certain on that one. Kira had some sort of hint that she may have some ideas, but
the dice roll as they roll.
Yeah, but the dice rolls are dice rolls. Yes.
Well, I think. See, I don't know what you guys.
I think Andy had a good point. He's like, let us roll it out.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling like the best option is for me to attack.
Yeah, because the more turns they get,
they're all valid points. They are all valid points. There's no wrong answer. It's just choices, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move next to Modius, and I'm going to attack.
No problem. Go for it.
I don't know if this is the best option, but does that work?
It looks like something's happening. So you didn't roll at a disadvantage for any reason, but a 1 will miss, unfortunately. So you don't do any damage.
You get to re-roll with Kira.
I get to re-roll.
You do get to re-roll with Kira because of the singing. So yes, you can re-roll again. A 23 does hit for 9. Are you doing anything more than that?
I don't think I can I?
You have your Divine Smite as
I hit. Yeah. Divine Smite, yeah. I think I can do this. I think.
That looks like something happened. Absolutely. So an extra... Are they fiends? Sorry, let me just double check. They are not, no. I thought for a minute it might be something more. But another 9. Yeah, this one looks incredibly damaged and after your attack, Silas, but it is still up at the moment. But anything more on your turn, or I think you're done?
No, I'm going to have to stay where I am to protect
No problem.
Modius, I think. Yeah.
Modius, it's a round to your turn. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm seizing up here, guys.
You are seizing up, yeah.
What do I do? Do I do?
Speaking of that, you have to do the Constitution check first. Yeah, see how you're how that's going.
Let's roll this shit.
Would you like to re-roll with Kira?
Yeah, I think I have to, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh
18. Yeah, Modius, you felt your like muscles seizing up, but you feel like with Kira singing like the divine energy, like and you break this, you break it, you break out of the petrification. Well done. You can attack.
Oh my god.
I would advise looking away when you attack.
Can you look through my shield?
Are you looking away when you attacked, or are you just going for it?
Yeah. Well, I think with Silas next to me, the point of the shield was trying to use it more.
Yeah. So you're going to look through that and not directly at your target is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, recklessly kind of whack it. Like,
no problem. So yeah, that would make it. Yeah, you do it. You hit for an 18 because it would have been a straight roll for you.
Okay.
Because you did reckless, but your for the 18 would kick out. So with an 11 damage and 11 hit points, the first basilisk will die.
Wow.
Nice. I don't think I could do anything else. I think that's it.
Fair enough.
Forms,
but yes, you definitely did hit.
Yeah, can't do anything.
No problem. So that is done. You're still raging. The second basilisk will take its turn. It will try and bite you. It does bite you for a 22.
Got disadvantage, isn't it? Is that right?
Are you gonna do the disadvantage thing, Silas? Because obviously that's your reaction. You'll be using it up. Are you going to impose it on this roll, and then I'll show you what the roll of the attacks would have been?
Oh, I have to choose, don't I? Is that right?
you have to choose. Yeah, are you blocking this one or not? I guess is the question.
Yeah, I'm going to block this one. Yeah.
It was the right choice. You turned a 22 into a crit fail of a 6. So
I've got once per turn, isn't it? Once per attack.
No, once per round. Yeah, you can.
Once per round. Yeah.
But you use the shield. You block the attack that would have horrendously mauled Modius in that moment. Well played.
Very good.
Back to the top of the round. Kira. She will carry on singing. Cal, round to you.
The same again? No. This time, if I'm just looking away and firing with my hand.
Attacking with disadvantage, you can do it. No problem.
Yeah. Do.
An 8 will miss as you fire.
I'll try the re-roll. Here we go.
Who is that helper guy we had on the other mission, on the other adventure? Remember the one that was absolutely useless?
Was it the guide that we ended up?
Oh yeah. You had what was that guy? You had a guide in Omu. I can't remember which one. Yeah, in the Tomb of the Oh dear, yeah, he kept throwing axes, didn't he? And he was useless. Heliod, round to Heliod.
So Eldritch Blast did not work.
No, it did not. No, sorry, it did. Yeah, it did work. Sorry, because the second one, the reroll with 8 damage. Yeah.
Okay, so have I got my is it Constitution roll?
You do. Yes, you have to make your second Constitution roll. I think you need to re-roll with Kira.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Please. Praying to the gods now.
As you guys look round for a moment, you watch as Heliod turns to stone.
Oh my god!
Seizing up like a statue. That is done. Basilisk is dead. Returning to Silas's turn. As you look round, you see one of them has already fallen to
There's nothing I can do about him.
Not now. No.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you had lower constitution. It was always going to be harder for Heliod, unfortunately.
And Medicius has saved. He's saved his constitution.
He did. Yeah, he seems to have shrugged it off at the moment.
So does that mean he's still got to roll again at the start of the next?
Only if he's looking at the creature when he attacks it.
Oh right.
At the moment, I've got a shield next to me, which is helping.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I've got no choice other than to give it a smack at this point.
That makes sense. You can do a straight roll. Ooh, 11. 11 still hits.
Oh, does it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not hard to hit. They're just tough. They got a lot of hit points.
Oh, okay. Well, I can. How many divine smites have I got? Oh, 3.
3 in total. Yeah, you've used 1.
Smite.
Okay, I will divine smite then as well. Hang on.
Oh, another 13 on top. Doing pretty well.
Good smack, man.
Okay, yeah, so that is done. No problem. Last one of these. Okay, let's bring him in. He gets to there. He gets to there. And then double moves to there. And that one is done. Modius, it is your turn. You can hear something rustling and moving towards you.
Uh-oh.
Your horns are natural mute. Can I see what's rushing towards us? Just hear it.
Have you got any dark vision? I don't think you do you?
I don't know. There's a dorm type creature.
No, it doesn't suggest.
In the dungeons, didn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't suggest you do for some reason, but I don't know.
No, that's weird. That.
Yeah.
Have a look at mine.
No,
if you haven't got dark vision, then you can't look at them, can you?
If they're close by, it's fine. It's when they're further away.
Okay. Oh, Medicius, must you toy with your prey?
I think all I can do is smack it.
Yeah, you can have at it. You can do reckless to get a straight roll.
If I haven't got anything else, immediately after you hit a creature with rear attack, it's probably actually there's a bonus action to attempt to shove that creature with your horns.
Yeah, you can move it 10 feet if you wanted.
10 feet? Yeah, 10 feet might not be a bad idea, I guess. Because it can only move 5 feet, can't it?
Yeah, you can move it. Yeah, you can move it. You can move it back at 10 feet. I believe so. If you need to.
But I don't do any damage.
Not with that, no. You will later on, but not yet.
Yeah, all I've got is one thing. I'll rage reckless again still and smack it with my axe.
That makes sense.
I'll re-roll my smack.
Yeah, fair enough. You can use Kira to re-roll. That's not a problem.
Smiling as Kira's angelic voice sings in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get advantage with reckless?
No, it's just a straight roll. So unfortunately, in the dark, you don't spot him. Unfortunately, as the basilisk next to you tries to bite you again, with a 17 to hit this time. I blanch, and that's
he's
fine.
got this. I'll impose disadvantage.
Yep, fair enough. Yep. So unfortunately, with a 17, it will hit this time. On that one, but a 12 piercing damage, halved, and 7 poison this time.
3. Got them down to 16 out of 32.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've still got 10 lay on hands. Not that that's particularly useful to Heliod at this point.
No, yeah, you think that's a little bit a bit out of way at the moment. Basilisk has been done. Kira carries on singing. Cal, round to you.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you can clearly see this.
When Silas does his radiant damage, do they have to make a saving roll, these basilisks?
No, they just take the damage.
I've got to hit. I've got to hit
first.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about Medusius? When he's attacking them, have they got making his strength saving rolls for what damage they're getting from him? Or
no, nothing like that.
Standard.
Yeah, it's all standard.
One other thing to note is that I've only got one radiant thing left.
Okay.
I've got 3 spell slots.
Cal's going to hex the one right opposite Medusius.
Okay, no problem.
And then he's going to look away and try again.
No worries, go for it.
Come on.
So that will definitely hit. 16 is absolutely fine. 5 damage is done.
Plus the 1d6 from the...
And the 1d6. Yeah,
the hex.
Roll. If you roll the 1d6, I'll add it on. Another 4, not bad. Take that.
And then just for thinking about when he was hexed, I'm going to make it so that he's got disadvantage on ability checks made with strength.
Okay, no worries. Unfortunately, Heliod, you are stone. That one is done. Silas, round to you.
Silas see this other thing or feels something.
I've got dark vision.
Yeah, he can see it. Yes, yeah.
But I'm gonna have to stay put, I think, aren't I?
How far is it?
It's up to you.
About 20 feet.
Oh yes, Silas, it's your turn. What are you up to?
I don't know.
I think you've got a heal you can do as a bonus.
He might do. He might have I don't know. As a paladin, he might not actually. And
it might be in the later level, but I think you've got.
It says as an action.
Yeah, at the moment he's not got any extras, but yeah, you might be right later on. He may have more spell casting later, Cal. That's definitely true.
I've got animal handling. Does this count as animal handling?
Sure, if you're trying to tame them at some point. But yeah, you think it might be a little bit difficult in the middle of combat. Yeah.
The only things I've got are the protection thing, which I'm already doing.
You've definitely been using that, which has been handy. You're level 3.
What's this? I can detect good and evil.
Yeah, that's always handy at times.
Any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 foot.
Yeah.
That is behind. Okay, then that's it. That's all that does.
Yeah, you're at level 3. You've not got that many things yet, but you'll get there. You've got a bit more to go.
This Fey ancestry thing. Yeah, you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put me to sleep.
Which is handy at times as well. There was definitely times of that.
Well, I think I can see this guy over here.
You can.
But I'm going to allow him to move towards us.
Okay.
I'm going to keep this wall of...
What's going on with that?
And the...
that makes sense to me.
Next to me. So I'm going to attack the guy, this guy who's already presumably heavily damaged.
He looks pretty rough, yeah.
Get him.
Oh, you crit!
Wow.
Silas, that is damn good on that one. Are you going to smite on top of that?
Would he need to?
Do you need to tell me whether he's dead or not before I decide to smite?
No, it would all happen in the same moment. So you have to tell me, do you smite or do you just...
When's his next go? Does he have a go before us?
He does have a go coming up. Yeah.
Well, I've got to go before him, though.
Yeah, you're next, aren't you?
Yes, you do.
So I can smack it as well, possibly.
No, I'm going to...
If you want to take a risk.
It's up to you, Silas. Yeah. Do you divine smite in the moment or not?
Do I get extra... Do I smite more because I critted?
Yes, you would do double the amount of damage. Yeah.
Because the other way is, if you do get rid of it, I'm going to make a charge for the other one.
It's up to you. What do you do in the moment, Silas? Yes.
Either way, they both get.
Surely this thing must be close to dead already.
It was looking pretty rough.
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, fair enough. It is still standing after the hit, but it is looking incredibly done in. Bringing us to Holy Basilisk. He will come running over. And Silas, this one is going to attempt to bite you this time.
Holy Basilisk.
Holy Basilisk.
How far can it travel?
It can move 20 feet and then move 15.
Okay.
It bites you. A 21 to hit. That should be enough. 5 piercing damage to you, Silas, and 9 poison as this thing bites down on you.
Oh God! I thought it was Modicius' turn next.
Nope. Well, he's after that one.
No, I'm before the liberal basilisk, the one.
He's before the liberal one. Yes. Yep.
This one's
this is the holy basilisk.
Holy basilisk.
And I didn't. What do we call it?
How do I
can't see that.
My health down?
Yes. If you right hand click on your token, there'll be a little health bar below it.
Oh yeah,
and you can just type
how much?
5 piercing and 9 poison.
That's 23. That's 14.
Yeah, 14 damage total. Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, it is
did
done.
Did that do anything? Hang on, that didn't do anything.
No, you didn't. You didn't take it off there. You do if you do minus 14 in that number, it will, and then hit enter. It should take it off your token.
Oh yeah, this worked. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Modius, round to your turn. The basilisk in front of you looks pretty rough.
Yeah. Is a dash a move?
Yeah, dash is basically, so if you wanted to move, you have 30 feet of movement. You could use a dash to move another 30 again, so you could move 60.
Oh, not a creature.
So yeah, you got one directly in front of you that's still alive, but looking pretty rough, and then another one further off.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how, because I could knock out the Silas with one.
You could.
I could knock it out of the way, but equally then he's going to have to face the other one. If Cal... I can't, because that means I'm running away from the GT. Is that right?
Yeah, if you move away from it, you would provoke an attack of opportunity, yes. Yeah.
If I move away using dash, it doesn't.
No, if you use disengage, which is not dash.
Oh, yeah, it's different.
But yeah, they are different. But yeah, you could do it. But yeah.
It's an opportunity to attack.
Yeah, it would stop an opportunity attack, but it is the dash. It is the disengage action, so you would lose your attack.
So on one of mine, I've got immediately after you use dash on your action on your turn, you can make one melee attack with your horns, which is 1d6 plus 3.
Yeah, it means you could do a running charge or something. That's fine, but that's not going to get you. That's not disengaging from an attack, an attacker, if that makes sense.
Okay. I think I'll just get rid of this one.
Makes sense.
Get rid of it. Okay then.
Roll away. See how the axe is going to do.
What we do. Okay, this is recklessly raging. This one. And roll again.
Yeah, you can use Kira, because that wouldn't be enough. For 13, that is enough. It had 7 hit points to its name. The second basilisk is dead.
So do I get to move?
You can move, absolutely.
I'm going to move here.
And the only thing left is the holy basilisk.
And one holy basilisk. Yeah, one holy basilisk left to go. So Modius moves, no problem.
Yeah.
Next, top of the round, Kira is gone. Cal, your turn.
Moving the hex to the new target.
No problem.
giving it a disadvantage on strength tests and firing with blind shot Eldritch Blast.
11. I think 11's enough, isn't it? 1 second.
I think it is, actually.
It is. It's an AC of 9. So, yes, 11 for 10 damage. You hit.
Oh, plus the D6, which is 4.
Okay, so this one is taking the hit. That is done. Heliodor, unfortunately, you are stone. Basilisk, Silas, round to you.
All right, well, I'll just give it a whack.
That makes sense. 17 for 9.
I hit. That's a hit, yeah?
That definitely hit.
Divine smite on that
Yeah,
one.
put the smite in.
Oh, nice.
Oh, another 12. Damn, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, you've taken this basilisk from looking good to looking pretty bad. It is
Nice.
You're there. You're done. Holy basilisk. It's going to try and bite Modius, as that's the thing that's come running in, and a 13 to hit. Is that going to be enough?
That's my AC.
Right. Okay. So yeah, this time 14 piercing halved and 9 poison damage.
Does it? Hang on. Do you get the disadvantage?
Ah, yes, it would get disadvantage if you want to use it up.
Yeah, I'll use it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here,
but that, it becomes a 13. So unfortunately, it is still too much. Unfortunately, because
I have AC of 13. Does that mean I still get hit?
Yeah, you get hit. You get hit of 13. Yeah.
I thought there was the advantage, so 13 meant it needed to be 40.
Nope. You make it. You hit it. Yeah.
You just take the second roll. You just take a second.
I take the lowest roll of the two.
The lowest roll.
Yeah.
Oh, the lowest roll was a 13.
Yeah, the lowest roll was the 13. Yeah, in this case, that's why.
Oh.
No, what is it? Is it 7 minus?
Yes. 7 piercing and 9 poison.
11 damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down to my last 5.
Okay.
Okay, I'll probably have to heal you on my next.
Or maybe.
Yeah, well, you're doing more damage than anyone else, I think.
He's done very well. I mean, it's the smites. Yeah.
Yeah, I've run out of smites though.
And the holy buggers tend to be have less hit points, I think. Just,
but I've got no smite. That's my last spell slot.
But anyway, bringing us round to the Modius' turn now. This creature biting down on you, but in front of you.
So I can only do one thing. Recklessly raging motherfucker is gonna. I can't do a bonus. I was just going to intimidate. Oh, actually, no, I can. I can grapple, can't I?
You could grapple it if you wished.
I can grapple and smack it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. You can turn its speed. Yeah, you can do the contested strength check first. That's no problem.
Athletics.
And its skills. Let's see what it's just going to do. Let's see how it does. You got a 16. It got a 10. So you have managed to grapple this beastie. Its speed is now 0.
And I smack that bitch.
Well, a 20 for 6. You definitely hit.
I don't have anything else, I don't think.
No, that's fair enough. That is done. Kira is singing. Cal, round to you.
Same again, looking away.
Disadvantage. Let's see how you do. 13 will hit for 10.
D6.
You do not need to worry, Cal, as your final shot will end the combat there as this is going on. Bringing the final basilisk to an end as this is all going on.
Heliod.
Kira comes running over and she says, "I have something in my bag that might work. We need to pull him out quickly. Bring him out to onto the land." So yeah, do you guys drag him onto the
Yeah,
Medusa's left to pull him, I think.
Yeah, easily done.
I'll pull him with me one hand.
Yeah, you bring him over. Yeah, Modius, this is you're built to be able to do all that. Kira goes digging through her bag, looking for a spell scroll, and she says, "I knew it'd be useful once." And she says, "I've only got one of these though," and she will cast Greater Restoration, bringing Heliod back from the from stone in this place. As he sort of comes around with all these bodies here as that one this is going on.
Heliod, you fool! I told you to look away.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Fair enough. But yes, this is where we will leave it this time, guys, and we will reconvene next time. But yeah, you've dealt with the basilisks, and you guys will go back to town. Yeah,
we'll bury them.
Nice.
No evidence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll hide what's gone on here and go back to town and see what happens next time. But yeah, well done. Thank you for staying on a little longer there. But you are there. There are plenty of different ways to deal with the basilisks. You picked one of the better ones, as in as in dealing with them before you end up unarmed on a rock is a very good plan. So it is the right choice. But yeah, well done.